This is basically the PSP game. I realize that now. Hold on, let me hear myself. Oh shit. I had no idea. I had no idea. If you ever see a PSP game get ported, the screen basically looks stretched out and shit. So all the content isn't even like visible for me. I gotta do something about that. Psychish. Okay, movement, run, walk, status, minimap. Actually, hold on. That right there is you want the voices to be loud as fuck, followed by like the sound effects. I mean, I like the music in these, but that doesn't mean it necessarily has to be loud and overpowering everything. That's how you end up with these modern movie conundrums. Okay, so nearly impossible on a first playthrough for those who want a true challenge. Well, before anything else, let me check. Is there a trophy for beating this game really high difficulty? Completed a chapter without suffering. Less than or equal to level 40. Okay, so there is one for completing it on Nightmare, but you know what? I don't think I'm gonna do this for the platinum anyway. Okay, so this one has the same like graphical style as East Origin, 6 Ark of Napishtim, the early games and shit like that. Obviously the character designer is the Star Ocean 4 and 6 guy. Oh, Free, Ofenfolgana, like those type of games. So this is the first to introduce an in medias res kind of flash forward intro. Although it plays a much larger role when you get to the end of the second game and realize what this is. Okay, so we can't access the menu. Is there a way to shift the camera though? I'm hoping there is, cause some games can pull off the fixed camera, but I don't think this is it. It's actually feeling a bit straining this way. But you know, playing this for the first time, I realized how much of this looks like Xenogears. The PC ports are based off 2014 Vita editions. That's why the textures are a bit more high-end. As you can see, these look almost PlayStation 1 quality. That's why people complained about editions, because Switch and PC are running on a higher quality build. This is basically just like a PSP game. A lot of people have been pissed because NISA they made a cease and desist for the spreadsheets for CUDA, a game that's probably not going to get localized until 2024. This isn't like a fan translation mod or like a ROM hack. Nah, they just took down a Google spreadsheet that had just stuff translated, so that was a different level of grimy. That means that's 1 degree away from them putting a cease and desist on a guy for learning Japanese to understand this game. I don't know why I'm saying cease. Ever since I got braces, man, I just stopped learning how to speak. Look at that, so spacious, man. Oh shit, that's great Twilight shit. You can't even see the bottom. I can't even see the letter I on that sentence, or the entire N. Oh, some of the E is like cropped away too, man. I might have to like change something about that. Get like a 4K TV. But you know, I'm excited that I got this game because for a long time I was just scraping the bottom of my collection barrel since I was holding off playing anything else until I got this game in my hands, and shit, it ended up being profoundly anticipated.
どうした？大丈夫？真っ青な顔してるわ。問題ないです。ただ昔いた場所のことを少し思い出してしまって。
Yeah, this is where she got R. Kelly'd. Actually, she wasn't the one that got R. Kelly'd. Tortured for psychic abilities and shit. This story just feels like the plot to a hentai. You know, people used to like sing praises to the sprite designs, and I didn't really get it, but now that I'm watching it right now, it makes a lot of sense. This shit looks weird in a good way. Like, it reminds me of Robot Chicken Final Fantasy VII's parody, which the only other game that reminded me of that is Saga Frontier. Oh shit! That sneeze was so strong it actually gave me recoil. It was like a shotgun. It's actually a good line. The thing is, I don't know Japanese, so if they have pauses, I just wait to see if they speak again. Maybe there's like a sentence or an ellipses, but they really are just done. Like that one, I knew it was gonna be short because like I know what watashi means and all this other stuff.
きっと届くことができるはずよ。はい。
But you know, they speak that fast Japanese because they're native speakers.
絶対に負けません。
よし、それじゃ行こう。クロスベル警察特務支援課所属ロイド・バニンクス以下4名、これより事件解決のため強制潜入捜査を開始する。
見つけて。
Okay, now we're actually in the beginning of this game. Oh, this is a dream for him too.
そっか、おじさんたちに挨拶して荷物を送ってくる。列車に乗ってそれで
あなた大丈夫？
You know what's fucked up? This is actually my favorite part of the game. A 30 to 50 hour campaign, and it's all downhill from here.
目が覚めたようじゃな。うなされておったが、どこか具合でも悪いのかね。
いや、ちょっと寝不足だっただけで、なんだか変な夢を見ていたみたいだ。
はは、変な夢か。もしや色っぽい女子供に迫られて、また
I had a dream like that recently. Well, the first time I had a dream like that was when I was 10. I wasn't even like into women at the time, but you know, it was just because I was watching a lot of television shows with women, so that was just on my mind. Women as like a concept.
いや、そんないい夢じゃなかった気が。
もうおじいさん、若い人をからかっちゃダメですよ。
Well, he probably doesn't recall his dream because that's how this shit works. You tend to forget a lot of your dream unless it's like something super weird.
そうだ。眠気覚ましに冷たい
And there was a lot of like abstraction on that.
凍らせたものを水筒に入れて持ってきているの。
Ooh, shit, lemonade? Come on, swing that my way.
それじゃ。ごちそうさま。冷たくてすごく美味しかった。
Gochiso-sama. Like that, he's polite.
おそ松様。
しかしその格好、帝国人ではなさそうじゃな。
This is back when Ereboni was kind of framed as this hyper classist society. Well, it kind of was. Like there was like a whole class system that you had these bougie dudes up at the top, some new money, and then the commoners. And if you look at their fits, they're kind of elevated.
やはりクロスベル出身かね。
うん。しばらく外国で暮らしていたんだけど、戻ってくることになったんだ。そういうおじいさんたちもやっぱりクロスベル出身？
I mean, the whole class system thing was something I found fascinating about the first two Cold Steel games, but after Cold Steel 2, that theme kind of went out the window as it became more about the imperialism subplot than anything else and the weird occult stuff.
共和国方面を旅行してちょうど戻ってきたところじゃよ。
You know, when I first started playing these games and streaming them, well, I only streamed Cold Steel 4. That was a little before it became popular to stream these games and talk about them. So I was a little ahead of the curve, but I wasn't a PC player. I haven't even played like the Sky games, so there's probably a whole lot that I'm missing out on because of that.
しかしそういうことなら今のクロスベルを見たら驚くかもしれんな。
そうですね。ここ2、3年で街並みも結構変わってしまって。
So has he been living in? Let me check something. Do you even have like logs anymore? No. Like he hasn't been to the city, but has he been to just like the countryside or Erebonia?
実は最近何度か列車でクロスベル市を通り過ぎたんだけど、ずいぶん背の高い建物が建つようになったみたいだね。
That happens. Like I haven't been to Heights in a while, and I see like these urban developments, and I go, "Oh shit."
もともとクロスベルは大陸で有数の貿易都市の一つじゃ。
Yeah, it's more of an economic zone, special economic zone.
金融業も発達していたため、諸外国から宮が集まりやすい傾向にあったのじゃが、一昨年の不戦条約以来、その流れが加速したようだな。莫大なミラの投資対象としてデパートやらオフィスビルやらが次々と建てられているのじゃよ。
Like I see the good in that, but even with my old hood, I've had in that where you start to think, damn, my hood just became a mall. It's one of those things where even though I'm not a NIMBY, I'm a YIMBY, I can see how someone would become one just looking at what happens with urban development. But, you know, housing development is the thing I'm always like in support of. When you get all these like high rises for like businesses and things like that, with less of it going towards actual affordable homes for common people, that's when things kind of become problematic.
いろいろ便利になったのはいいけれど、少し目まぐるしくなったわね。誰もがみんな時間とミラ儲けに追われるようになったというか。
Okay, so these guys are actually crossbones.
あらごめんなさいね。せっかく帰ってきてくれたのに。
That old lady's voice acting ADR is on point.
悪いこと言ってしまったかしら。
いや、気にしないでよ。手紙でいろいろと聞いているし、それにどんなに変わったとしてもクロスベルはクロスベルだから。
若いのに分かっとるな。
One thing I'm starting to realize about Japanese is that it seems like the grammatical structure lends itself more to passive voice. Because I'll look at these translations and they always seem to like change up the structure. As I'm hearing it, it's like that's not how it's ordered really. So a lot of passive, like crossbow was the end of that clause, not the start of it.
引き換え最近で政治がどもときたら、やれ帝国派だのやれ共和国派だの生贄争いばかり繰り広げおって、もはや信頼できるのはマクダイル首相しかおらんわい。
おじいさん、おじいさん。ごめんなさいね。この人と来たら政治の話になるともう我を忘れてしまって。
いや、勉強になるよ。外国でもクロスベルタイムズが取り寄せていたんだけど。
Oh, like too bad that I have issues with this. Is I like the way Lloyd thinks about things, so he's a lot more on the chill end when it comes to stances he takes. That makes him sort of a milquetoast protagonist that I'm okay with. He's the right kind of milquetoast, where it's like, yeah, he's just chill and agreeable to things, but it's realistic. Yeah, he's getting into like this spiel about politics, but hey, you know, these are things that are worth speaking about, because I like being updated on shit.
実際に話を聞いてみないと本当のところはわからないから
That's also true because what the media often says isn't necessarily reflective of what the public thinks. Especially because there's a lot of silent majority, silent plurality action going on.
お前さんもクロスベルタイムスの愛読者だ。多少ミーハーなところもあるが、なかなかいい記事を書く雑誌じゃろ。少し自治州行政の問題点に突っ込んでほしいところだが。
So the Diet, I assume that's like the place where they actually engage in legislation or executive proceedings.
なるほどやっぱりいろいろあるみたいだね
Okay, so we're getting into like, this is more like a cel-shaded CG cutscene. Oh, it looks so fucking bad. I love it. Like, you can see the 480p stretch into 1080. They was beating that cutscene's ass. There's a dude I know on like a Discord who's always gets like tight when there's these lazy ports that don't actually like deal with the resolution issues. So there's like no feeling of a remaster. Although the term remaster has lost a lot of meaning these past few years. It's just become a euphemism for port with like some enhancements. I'd say that was basically a thing ever since the Final Fantasy VIII remastered release. That's when that term just lost all fucking meaning because you had these high quality models that replaced the Final Fantasy VIII crew, but the pre-rendered backgrounds are shitty. There's no machine learning or correction being applied to them.
到着のようじゃな。帝国軍人の顔など見たくもないし、とっとと支度をするとしようか。
そうだねあれから3年セシルネートは何度か動力通信で話してるけど兄貴セシルネ
You know, Lloyd kind of looks like Ben 10 to me. I made a joke that he actually looks a little bit like Mega Man, you know, when he isn't in armor.
俺やっと帰ってきたよクロスベルもみんなで過ごした
Specifically Legends Mega Man, but also Mega Man from the classic series. Okay, this one has singing, so I'm gonna like cover it up. I actually like this track. It's got a little bit of energy to it, but you're not gonna hear it unless you just look it up on YouTube, because if it has singing in it, I'm covering it up, no matter what it is. It's basically a cliched anime opening anyway. There's also the remasters that are basically, we're just making a bunch of new assets for everything and just making a remake without changing the mechanics all that much. Like a top-down remake as opposed to a bottom-up. Closest we've had to like a classic old school type remaster is the Shin Megami Tensei remastered release from like a year ago, and because it was an actual remastered release. But hey, they're not calling this a remaster, they're calling this like a port. Square Enix would have called this a remaster. They would have said Trails from Zero Special Remastered Edition. Okay, the singing stopped, so whatever. Special support section. Yeah, special support section remastered edition. That's what Square would have called it if they had access to this shit. Like if they ever bought Nihon Falcom, which they won't do, but that's the type of shit that they do. I saw JoJo Part 2, well, Part 6, like the second section of it, so episodes 13 through 24. It's actually pretty good, man. Again, apparently the last section of Stone Ocean is the part that everyone's like so hype about, but the early section was, you know, more consistent, a classic Prison Break story, and I can tell it's already gonna go in a weird direction because of the shit with Poochie. Honestly, I like Prison Break stories, so at least I'm gonna enjoy the Prison Break side of it, but from what I can tell, they decided to change up what the original payoff was gonna be for something completely wild, and it's the type of crazy I don't like. I say that despite really getting into Final Fantasy VII Remake's craziness, but that was more a reaction of how safe they played it. Now, Final Fantasy's been pretty pretentious with it, so seeing them go full on weeb instead and double down on elements that a portion of the fan base is into Final Fantasy for, specifically because they see it as being too good for their like anti-weeb asses. It was kind of amusing for me. Yeah, this is how I reacted to being in my old hood as well.
去年オープンしたばかりのオーバルストアじゃよ。最新の動力製品から動力車まで扱っておる店舗だな。
I will say though, I know the beginnings and ends of this story because I've watched Pharaoh Fiasco's Let's Play of it. So the crossbow arc really made the Ereboni arc, like Cold Steel 4, better for me because the Great Twilight contrivance now actually makes more sense when you see it as a mention of the occult subplots from this game. Maybe if I ever sat down and played Bird or watched it from beginning to end, I'll feel the same way about it, but I'd have to watch a good run through of that, not like a poorly paced one.
帝国製、共和国製、リベール製、エプスタイン製、すべて扱っておるぞ。
Nowadays, like, people don't know how to break down their like plays. Like, I used to think I was bad with it, but motherfuckers will just have that shit. Like, I don't edit mine, so I have that as a damning point, but nowadays motherfuckers be uploading a 2-hour stream. They edit the shit down, but it's still a fucking 2-hour stream, and it feels like nothing fucking happened. Like, they don't got episodes in mind. They don't think episodically. Alright, let's see. 2 bars. That's not enough for me. I want 3 so I can sit my ass down.
大したもんだね。それに結構車も増えたみたいだ。3年前はほとんど見かけなかったんだけど。
お金持ちにしか縁がないものだとは思うけど、動力バスの本数が増えたのは正直ありがたいわね。南にある病院方面なんか30分ごとに走っているのよ。
Thing is that once you start introducing things like cars and buses, that kind of changes the scale of your city. It's how you end up with places like Jacksonville, Florida, or even like places like a lot of Texas where there's just roads everywhere. But this is kind of that in-between where, of course, if you're going through these long strips of department stores, you're gonna want something like a car or a bus service to go from that to your housing district. Which is why a lot of people, it's not just that they want walkable cities, they want places where a block will have the restaurant, the laundromat, the hospital, and the homes all like together instead of just like 4 blocks of homes and then a big district of economic commerce.
へえ、それは便利になったね。そうか。3年目、そこまで変わったんだ。
さてと、ここまででいいぞ。就職先に顔を出すんじゃろ。
So she's talking about a convenience, but the convenience kind of exists because of the car. It allows them to really raise the scale of the city, which, you know, if you're gonna have a city-state, which that's what Crossbow is, of course you're gonna have stuff like this. Not that there weren't city-states before cars and automobiles. There were city-states way back, but they weren't structured with these like weird districts in mind. Everything was a lot more mixed.
せっかくだから家まで運ばせてもらおうと思ったけど。
あら、ダメですよ。せっかくの初出勤、遅刻でもしたらどうする？
さあさあ、何事も初めが肝心じゃ。
確かにそうだね。
That's good foreshadowing.
しかし戻ってきたばかりですぐ当てはあるのかね。東通りでよければ下宿先を紹介できると思うが。
ああ、気持ちはありがたいけど、寮が用意されているらしいんだ。送った荷物もそちらに届いているはずだよ。
ああ、そうじゃったか。
私たちは東通りの外れの方で暮らしているの。何か困ったことがあったらいつでも頼ってらっしゃいな。
うん、ありがとう。落ち着いたら挨拶に伺わせてもらうよ。
あ、しっかりな。
それじゃあまたね。
あれ、あの雑居ビルちゃんと残っていたんだ。確かクロスベルタイムズが入っていたはずだけど。懐かしいけどこの街並みじゃ浮いてるよな。さてと、 そろそろ時間だ。
Oh, I remember that pop-up in the Cold Steel games. You would get a bunch of fucking side quests that you would open up.
特務支援か。警察学校のカリキュラムじゃ聞かなかった名前だけど、まだ制服も受け取ってないし、どういう部署なんだろう。
Man, I hate streaming at night. Let me just say that.
とにかく行けばわかるよな。
This shit feels so fucking cursed.
さすがに警察の場所までは変わってないだろうし。よし、初出勤と行きますか。クロスベル警察、前にも何度か訪ねてるけど、ここが今日から俺の職場になるんだな。
Yeah, I can't do it. I gotta sit back down.
さてと、まずは受付に挨拶しておこう。
Alright. Come on, I'm trying to get a double screen going on. See. Trails. Let me get a good walkthrough going. I just cut my nails in preparation for this game, so I can't even type anymore on the phone. Like, I'm not used to where I place my thumb anymore. I'm just hoping that when part 3 of JoJo, part 6, Stone Ocean's third and final act comes through, that's gonna be good in execution. Because there's been times where I've looked at JoJo spoilers or have gotten prior knowledge and it's gassed up certain arcs for me, whereas other arcs or sections, this is whatever. And then I actually look at it and go, no, this is whatever, this is heat. I also saw Rush Hour. Rush Hour was good, but I feel like if I quote anything from that movie, I'm gonna be on post block. I'm gonna get like a 2-week suspension. That shit was just from a different time, man. It was great. It wasn't like all the way a buddy comedy because there was a lot of exposition in the beginning of Rush Hour. They really want you to get this impression that, hey, these guys are in deep shit. This diplomat's daughter got kidnapped and her life is really in danger if they don't cough up 60 mil or rescue her from her kidnappers. And the guy who's doing the kidnapping is, you know, the shit. He's like a menace. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the highest rating one. Alright. I got the guide set up, so should all be good in the hood. Before I speak to anybody, let me something out. Okay, so it's just saying shit's gonna be linear from here on out. They established the characters. Fucking Jackie Chan's character, I forgot what his name is. Lee or something. I'm gonna look up the character names in Rush Hour because I just know the actors' names. He's like shown to be hyper competent, whereas Chris Tucker's character, you know, I'm gonna say he's Lee because yeah, it's Spectre Lee and James Carter. James Carter, he's good at what he does, but he kind of fucks up. Reckless, he tries to do everything on his own, and while he does, there's like a lot of damage that happens to the city and ramifications, police officers getting injured, things getting fucked up, property, evidence got fucked up. So his character, he's obviously clever and good at up and doing all the get someone, but he's not dotting his I's. He's reckless. Is and on point. This like all-around athlete. I mean, and a stuntman. They have Chris Tucker doing stunts in the first one, maybe in the second and third, because I remember him dangerous shit, but it seems that they have him in action doing like fighting, throwing hands, but he's not man like Chan. They did the best, obviously, but when it does finally hot mode, it takes a while. There's like a lot of stuff in the beginning where ride and fucking with each other. He's at its best in like the last 40 or so minutes. Some solid stuff. And it really has that old school, like end of the 90s, good era thing going on for its with how the dialogue isn't to its audience. There's a lot of respect for the audience, even buddy cop film with a lot of dudes essentially saying sweet and head ass and jokes and stuff like that. It's still a good film, man. Like, it's still solid. In spite of all of that, it gives you the correct amount of information presented. It's not condescending. It's a genuine B film. There is a demand for those back now that films are becoming, and you got actors waves now who that John Cena shit. So all of this is kind of hype. Alright. I like the character portraits here. This is the guy who did the art 4 and 6. So he also does the art for the Calvert games, Kuda. So he is legit.
今日からここで働かせてもらうことになったロイド・バニングスと言います。どうかよろしくお願いします。
あ、そうだったんですか。嬉しいです。一緒に働くお仲間が増えて。あれ？でも、おかしいですね。今日新人の方が来るっていう連絡は受けていないんですけど。
Okay, the paperwork isn't coming her way.
その警察本部じゃなくて警備隊の方ではないですよね。
Oh, that's why.
警察本部で間違いないと思います。一応警察学校の方で捜査官の資格をもらいましたし。
捜査官試験に合格されているんですか？すごいですね。新人の方では珍しいですよ。
いや運が良かっただけですよ。それに今回試験を受けたのは自分だけだったみたいだし。
またまた謙遜しないでくださいよ。でもおかしいですね。だったらこちらにもどちらの部署に配属される予定なんですか？
はあ、それが特務支援課っていう部署らしいんですけど。
That's why.
特務支援課？あれれそんな部署ありましたっけ？
ないんですか？
ちょっと待ってください。どこかでその名前を聞いたことがあるような。
This is where you would see another character intervene. And speak of the devil, here's the character intervening. And it's exactly who I thought would intervene, because I don't remember this scene, but I know the odds and ends of the story.
うちは俺が引き取ろう。うちの新人なんでな。
あ、なるほど。警部が立ち上げた新部署の名前だったんですね。
ああ、よろしく頼むわ。
That last stunt in particular in Rush Hour actually got me shook up, because I'm thinking Chris Tucker, like his character James Carter, kind of did like a last minute save with the flag thing, but he was being way too lax with it. I was thinking, damn, if that was me, I would have died like 50 times over.
ま、半年も経たないうちに亡くなってるかもしれんがな。
Especially because he had to line that shit up. There was no room for error. If he fucked up on that shit, Lee would have been dead.
特務支援課課長セルゲイ・ロード。お前がロイドか。
はい。
His brow line is pronounced.
クロスベル警察特務支援課への着任を報告させて。
Oh yeah, I remember. This artist actually did some artwork for Cloud, specifically Final Fantasy VII Remake Cloud. Okay, so let me look up this. He's the most popular of the character designers.
ああ、それはまだいい。
Okay, Star Ocean. Characters are being designed, but I'm not talking about Enami Katsumi, who's designer for Bakano, which the likeness of Bakano's artwork is also in Duda Rara, but he doesn't do the designs for that. It's just a similar likeness to match up with the fact that that's in the Natsuki verse. So I've already name, but that is good to know. In fact, let me retrieve it a little more so I can keep that in my head, because that is a artist that I'm gonna have to make reference to multiple. So, Enami Katsumi. I actually don't think he's my favorite character designer in any of the series he's worked on, but he is pretty good. He's a little flat with expressions, though.
頑張ってくださいね。いろいろ大変だとは思いますけど、ガッツがあれば大丈夫ですよ。
激しく不安だ。
Oh, I love this track in particular.
おっと、おいでなすったようだな。
待たせたな。こいつが最後のメンバーだ。おい、自己紹介。
はい。あれ、先輩にしては顔ぶれが同じ新人。いや、それにしたって若すぎる子もいるような。
おい、どうした？名前と出身だけでいい。
You know what? I think I get one thing. When he said, "Oi, Dosha," he really just said, "Hey, what's wrong?" But I guess because they had to fit in extra text, they added a little more in.
すみません。
So I can't even just like trust my knowledge of the language or even the text. I gotta think in terms of a compromise between the two, where there's gonna be moments where they say a little more than what's shown on the text, and there's gonna be moments where they show even less than what's on the text, because this is a translation. There's text limitations because we're using Roman letters.
ロイド・バニンクス、ここクロスベル市の出身です。しばらくの間外国で暮らしていたんですけど、この度警察に入るにあたり戻ってくることになりました。これからよろしくお願いします。
おお、真面目だね。おいっす、俺はランディ・オルランドだ。趣味はナンパ、ギャンブル、グラビア雑誌の鑑賞ってところだ。
You know, this is the thing. I like those things too. Except for gambling. But when you introduce yourself as a trope like that, that's fucking annoying.
後でお前さんには俺の秘蔵コレクションからとっておきを貸してやるよ。
That's the other thing. I kind of made a reference to this when it came to one of my favorite characters in the Cold Steel games, which what was his name? Let me actually look him up. Rose Cold Steel. Alright. Secret Bonder. I hate these fandom wikis, man. Just give me something with like less ad space. Not this trash. And of course it doesn't even show me straight to what I want to see. Oh fuck, this is garbage, man. Ash, man. So, see, this is what happens when your brain is fried and you can't retrieve information ever. I can't even remember my favorite character's name. But He does the same thing this guy does, where he's like, oh, you want to look at my porn collection? I'm like, is that just a thing that they have for like juvenile characters in these Japanese shows? Because if I offer to show someone some porn I'm looking at, they're gonna look at me and go, hey yo, you trying to jack off with me? You trying to get hard with me? That's just weird. You see, like, even Lloyd, because he a real man, he's like, no, I ain't with that shit.
はじめまして、エリー・マクダールです。
We getting hard together. It don't matter if it's over a woman we're ogling on paper. We're still getting hard together.
あなたと同じクロスベル市の出身です。よろしくお願いしますね。
ああ。
どうも、ティオ・プラト。レマン自治州から来ました。
Okay, so she's from where the guild started, really.
よろしく。
よろしく。セルゲイ課長。
なんだ。
特務支援課というのが一体どういう場所なんですか。その自分も含めて随分若い顔ぶれのように。
いろいろあってな。ちなみに全員お前と同じく期待の気楽でいいだろう。
いいのかしら。
ま、口やかましい先輩がいないってのはありがたいね。
なんだこの状況。なんだか無性に不安になってきたぞ。
こちらセルゲイ。おお、ご苦労さん。
You know, strangely enough, this character, because he's this like older DILF type trope, and he's kind of in charge of a police department, he reminds me of Dojima from Persona 4. Where if you're gonna remind me of any character, at least remind me of one of my favorite characters from Persona 4, Dojima-san.
あれは携帯用の通信端末。そんなものまで実用化されているのか。
See, I like it more than Sojiro Sakura from Persona 5, because that dude was like on your case. Oh fucking D. But you know what I realize now is that that's a trope in fiction, because Bel Air did the same thing where, because you were on the main character was kind of like charged with something as a high schooler. Even though it wasn't that big of a deal, everyone kind of made a big deal out of it. I guess if you're under the age of 18 and someone tries to stick a charge at you, it doesn't matter what that thing is, people act like it's the crime of the fucking century.
ねえ、了解だ。それじゃあ後始末の方は任せてくれ。よし、喜べルーキーども。
Is there any character from the Kiseki series which reminds me of Sojiro Sakura? I don't think.
この特務支援課が
Good.
どんな仕事をするのか。これから素敵な場所でじっくりと体験させてやろう。
I mean, because like the relationship does get better and you guys, and he becomes a much more enjoyable a character, and he has his moments, but that motherfucker be getting on my illest nerves, especially early on. Oh, I remember this in Cold Steel 4.
一体何があるのかしら。
後始末とか言ってたが、まさか資材を片付けろとか言うんじゃないだろう。
You ever spoke to a woman who kind of communicates in ellipses and facial expressions?
ここから先は
It's the weirdest thing.
ジオフロント区画になる。
I mean, it's okay with her because she's 14, but I know motherfuckers who are in their 20s deep in it, speaking like that.
今からこの中に潜ってもらう。
潜るって。
Once you're in your 30s and you're still like that, it's over for you though. You'll never have a functioning relationship until you're dead.
おいおい、どういうことっすか。お前たちの総合能力および実戦テストのためだ。ジオフロント内部はそれほど手強くはないが、魔獣の類が徘徊している。それらを掃討しながら一番奥まで行ってもらおう。
なるほど。
実戦テストか。ま、それなら気が楽かね。
ちょっと待ってください。テストはともかく、どうして魔獣の徘徊する場所にわざわざ入る必要があるんですか。警備隊じゃあるまいし、捜査官の仕事じゃないですよね。
確かに普通は捜査官の仕事じゃないだろう。
Well, if you're a detective, I assume in a world like this where people just have materia, except it's not called materia, you have to learn how to fight.
特務支援課に所属するメンバーは話が別だ。
ね。
詳しい説明は後だ。
He's being cryptic, but a character like Lloyd, who's kind of portrayed as intelligent, should realize that he's being hired for a different job than what's expected of him. So whatever he has to do, he just has to adapt to it. Why he's acting like he's completely baffled, I don't really understand.
新型の戦術オーブメント。
ずいぶん洒落たデザインだな。
I kind of like how just like in real life, these type of devices go through planned obsolescence.
第5世代戦術オーブメント、通称エニグマ。ようやく実戦配備ですか。
ああ、財団の方から先日届いたばかりの新品だ。
I mean, this is chronologically the same time as the Colts. Those use a different type of technology, one with like linking and shit like that.
適正に合わせてすでに調整もされている。使い方はティオ、お前がレクチャーしてやる。
面倒だけど新型用のクォーツはありますか。
ああ、少ないが受け取れ。
I forgot what the Orbment devices were called in the Cold Steel games.
それじゃあ一通り魔獣を掃討したら本部に戻ってこい。細かい話はその後してやろう。おっと、ついでにこいつも渡しておくぞ。
ちょっと課長。
ああ、それドロイド。とりあえずお前リーダーな。
え？
今のところ捜査官としての正式な資格を持っているのはお前だけなんだよ。そんじゃ任せたぞ。
Makes sense. He's the only one who graduated from the exam.
押し付けられちまったな。
でも捜査官の資格を持っている人がいて心強い。ロイドさん、よろしくお願いしますね。
いや、呼び捨てでいいよ。見たところ年も近いみたいだし。
そう？ちなみに私は18だけど。
ああ、あなたたちは？
俺は21だが、堅苦しいからタメ口でいいぜ。
18 and 21 are the same ages, although I do remember when I was 21, I saw an 18-year-old and I thought that he looked kind of 14, so there is a change in facial structure, but for the most part, it's the fucking same age.
よろしくなロイドエディ。
ええ、こちらこそ。
ああ、よろしく頼むよ。それで君の方は
14ですが、問題が？
いや別に問題があるわけじゃ。って14歳
なんだ見た通りの年ってわけか。
驚いた。そんな若くて警察に入れるものなのね。
いやいや、どう考えてもおかしいから。確か一般の警察官でも16歳以上だったはずだし、日曜学校も卒業していない子がどうして警察なんかに。
正確に言うとペプスタイン
That's the point.
エプスタインっていやさっきの戦術オードメントの。
そう、なるほどね。ここ数年クロスベル氏が財団と協
It's
力
always
して
weird seeing
大
the
規模な
Epstein
計画を
turn.
進めているのは聞いていたけど、
Epstein and Epstein are, I guess, two different things. One is German, the other is a German last name taken by the Jewish demographic.
動力ネットワーク計画ですね。そちらにも少しは関わっていますが、私の
Well, every time I see that term, I do the rock eyebrow raise.
これです。
それは
機械仕掛けの杖、オーバルスタッフと言います。この新武装の実践テストのため私は財団から出向しました。ロイドさん、ご理解いただけましたか？
I will say this though, when she gets she actually kind of looks weird.
ちょっと待ってくれ。
Like she's a little bit taller, but it's in between like awkward design.
もしかしてその杖を使って君も戦うのか？
捜査官の資格があるのに随分
Thank you, Tio. I've been telling this Lloyd dude to shut the fuck up, man. After singing his praises too, man. Like I was talking about how much I liked his thinking style and how chill and glib he is, and innocuous. But now he's just like going, what? Huh? Wait, no way.
実践テストのために出向したと言いましたが、
Exactly.
まあまあここで揉めても仕方ないぜ。この先のジオフロントってのがどれだけ危険かは知らないが、まずはあのおっさんが押し付けてきたミッションをクリアすることを考えようや。
そうね、納得できないことも多いけど。
わかった。
Yeah, this game is pretty talkative.
悪くしたら謝るよ。
別にあなたの反応は常識的だとは思いますから。
I mean, a lot of it is just providing us with exposition in ways that try to feel as natural as possible, and they do feel natural. Like, it makes sense that all of these guys are in need of some information and clarification. For people playing this in 2010 and 2011, this may be their first time experiencing this type of setting. Even if they've experienced the Liberal games, Liberal is a completely different setting from 2 years prior than what Crossbell is.
ところで私の武装は
That one feels more like a traditional JRPG, but with like airships and, well, traditional JRPGs have airships,
皆さんの武
actually.
装は何ですか？
なあ、それじゃ俺の獲物はこれだよ。
And this is why I like Lloyd so much.
こいつさ。
He uses tonfas.
警棒の一種。
トンファーか。方法で使われる武具だな。
Just like my beloved Suikoden 2 protagonist, this guy uses tonfas.
殺傷力よりも防御と制圧力に優れているらしいが。
And that's in line with Lloyd's
な
character.
るほど、警察官らしい装備ね。
Like when the leader of that ninja squad in Uro Uni Kenshin squared off with Aoshi. And he thought he had it in the bag because he had the tonfas. I thought that was bossed on as fuck.
いろいろ試してみたんだけど、これが一番しっくりきてね。で、エリーとランディの獲物は？
私はこれ。はい。
Okay, so she got the blicky.
少し古いタイプですね。
She has a blicky with like this water pattern, like floral etching to it.
ずいぶん綺麗な銃だな。
競技用に特別にカスタムしてもらったものよ。旧式だけど狙いの正確さは期待してくれてもいいと思う。
Yeah, the gun pattern on that is probably like washed out. That was probably meant to be more saturated.
お、自信満々だね。そんじゃ俺はこいつだ。こいつだ。
それはずいぶん大きな武器だな。
That looks like Lexius's weapon, Kingdom Hearts.
中世の騎士が
Tomahawk.
ハルバードみたいな形ね。祭壇の武器工房で見かけた動力を衝撃力に変換するユニットがついていますね。
ああ、スタンハルバードだ。ちょいと重くて扱いにくいが、一撃の威力はなかなかのもんだぜ。
なるほど。ティオの杖がどういうものかはわからない。魔獣との戦闘になったらバランスよく戦えそうだな。
Yeah, we don't have any sword dudes. I just realized that.
確かに。
まあ、そのあたりも考えて俺たちを集めたのかもしれんな。あのさ、とぼけた顔して結構したたかそうだったし。
I like Sergei, but he's a different flavor than Dojima-san, which, of course, Dojima-san is a hard ass with like a heart of gold who's like soft for his nephew.
私のオーバルスタッフの性能はおいおい説明するとして、先ほど支給された戦術オーブメントの性能を説明しますか？
You know what? Actually, let's have her explain.
了解しました。一般的にオーブメントというのは動力エネルギーを利用してさまざまな現象を起こす機械のことです。照明や冷暖房などの日用品から車や鉄道の動力にもオーブメントの力が使われていますね。戦術オーブメントとは、これを個人の戦闘用に特化させた小型の携帯動力機を指します。
It's basically nuclear energy.
今回支給されたのはエプスタイン財団で開発されたその最新型です。
Which is kind of what Mako is anyway. People compare it to fossil fuels, but that's because nobody has 90s brain or Gen X brain anymore. Not even Gen X.
従来のものと同じくクォーツと呼ばれる結晶回路をセットすることで作動します。クォーツ、セプチウムの核膜で作られるオーグメント用の回路のことね。
Another thing about Gen X is all about being like scared of nuclear fallouts and HIV and World War III and stuff like that. So it's all about being scared of the wrong thing.
さっき課長にいくつか渡されたけど、ええ、それを戦術オーブメントの開封されているスロットにはめ込むことで、そしてクォーツをセットしたラインの属性値が一定に達するとオーバルアーツの使用が可能になるんです。
魔獣の種類によっては武器による直接攻撃よりもアーツの方が有効なこともあるんだ。だから魔獣との戦闘に入る前にきちんと用意しておかないといけないのさ。
These guys are gonna fail their mission just because they don't shut up.
魔獣と戦うためのとても重要な要素というわけね。
Although I would have jumped right in without setting up my orbments and gotten like killed, or just fought inoptimally.
そう思って間違いないと思うぜ。
あとは戦術オーブメントは個人の特性に合わせて調整されているので持ち主によって構造が異なるんです。
人によって属性限定のスロットやスロットを結ぶラインの形が違う。
Okay, so this is just like Cold Steel in that case. Sen no Kiseki.
後で見比べていただければわかるかと。オーバルアーツの詳しい使い方は実践で覚えた方がいいでしょうし。
おかげでよ
Thank
く
you.
わかったわ。ありがとうピオちゃん。
どういたしまして。
てか新型って言っても
Did he just say
使い方は
the N bomb on my stream, man? I'm benching Randy next game.
ええ、旧タイプの使用経験があれば今まで通りの感覚で扱えるはずです。
I heard that
ど
shit.
ちらかというと今回のバージョンアップを
別機能って？
まあ現時点では関係ないのであまりそれよりも今は任務の遂行を優先し
In
ま
other
しょう。
words, continue to play this game as if it was Sora no Kiseki.
ああ、そうだな。微妙。とりあえずジオフロントに入る前に戦術オーブメントの準備をしておこう。課長に渡されたクォーツをセットして、それから中に入るとしようか。
ええ、そうね。
んじゃとっとと支度するとしますか。
Okay, so they have a trophy system within this PSP game. That's actually pretty interesting. Oh wow, this is so fucking weird. Okay, so it never ventures outside the borders, so we don't see Erebonia or across Calvard. Oh, okay, yeah, we don't. So you have the obvious city, then you have the little neighboring villas, like countryside, that probably works towards developing infrastructure and things of that nature, like mining towns. Obviously you're going to need ore refined if you have an industrial society. Okay, so there's that. Oh wow, this user interface is surprisingly clean. Okay, and this is square. So okay, so the options thing, which would be the start thing, shows you the map. Triangle kind of brings out the journal. And this is like what you would typically see. You see, this is truly like bona fide, quintessential PSP user interfaces. You see how big the font is? You would never see something this thick and chunky on a PS3 or PS4 game. Or even a PS2 era game. This is like, PSP is all about the chunk. Okay, so ordnance. Okay, wind, water, attack, and you get the defense. So I did all of that correctly. Okay, so I guess I'm smarter than a monkey. Although I think even a monkey would be able to do that. I'm curious, if you get like a advanced version of this game, would it come with like day one DLC, or do I just have Square Enix brain? I think I just got Square Enix brain. Okay, let me get a save file going. Because that was quite a bit of me just talking and shit. Well, 1 hour and 19 minutes, and we finally got a save on this. Okay, so they don't come from nowhere. These 48 achievements are based off of, well, trophies are based off of like the actual in-game achievements. And they straight up spoil you on some of this shit. Londi? So obviously there's like a lot of content here. This game isn't as long as the Erebonian games, the Cold Steel games in general. There's about 20 to 40 hours of trimmed fat here, so it might actually do you good to just run through Sora and the Calvard games. Crossbow, I mean. Keep in mind, this is still the portion of the game that I like the most. Okay. So the women like saying "sateto." I basically say that in English a lot. The English equivalent got "I." Let's get this shit started. Or just some crap in the beginning. I was known for saying shit like that for a while. Guess that one's obviously locked. So there were two fan translations for this game, Zero Field and Geofront. And this is the third one, which is basically the Geofront team working on a less meme-oriented shitposting, more professional-sounding translation with the NISA staff. You never hear the bruh moment thing, but you know what? I don't mind, because I would have heard the Japanese and then saw the bruh moment line and thought, nah, it's gonna not work with me, because my brain is gonna get crossed up. My brain is already crossed up with the limited Japanese that I know now.
データベースの記録によると、20年前の都市計画と同時に建造上水道、下水道、ゴミ処理施設に加え、動力ケーブルや各種プラントなども後から増設されたようですね。
いや、これは確かに予想外の場所だったかもしれない。しかし、この上は確か
So all the like poop infested water would just like rush through here.
その下に魔獣が徘徊しているのか。
普段は封鎖されているため、都市に現れることはありませんが、たまに工事現場の作業員の方々が襲われて怪我をすることもあるようですが、現在警察の方では対処しきれていないみたいですね。
そうか。
I would work in a place like this just to level grind. But knowing me, I would go back to level 1 after like a week of chilling, just like I'm Sora or some shit.
状況は分かった。捜査官の役目かどうかはともかく、必要な仕事であるのは確かみたいだ。 テストであるかどうかは別にして、きちんとやり遂げていこう。
おお、真面目だね。
でも確かにそうね。一つ一つ基本を確かめながら確実に進んでいきましょう。了解です。
No need.
そこです。
Okay. So I get a trophy for never escaping and I never getting a party member fucked up. Let's see how strong your regular attack is. She got the blicky, so... Alright, whatever. Minasan, konnichiwa. Remember when Miss Hannah Miggs said that shit? She's an example of someone who got like memory hold. Like people are uploading like trying to find her like old videos and shit like that, backing them up. Cause she recently like got rid of them, like last year or so. I'm gonna try to catch everyone that can. See, this one has range on it. And it's like a shotgun. Okay, you got some movement. Why do Japanese people always use like the English word chance like that? Is that just not a word in their language? Or I guess it just sounds cooler to them. Kind of like we might have a word for je ne sais quoi. Especially now that we use the term vibe. But je ne sais quoi sounds cooler. Or French shaman, we could use cringe. I like how big those pigeons are because of this like low res shit. I wonder if you guys get CP for that. Yeah, but like barely. Oh yeah, sesame oil, so... Cooking oil that's not necessarily the seed oils, let's go. Would I rather... Is there a every treasure chest? I don't like how our characters are really lacking in terms of movement so far, but... Ooh, that's right, she got the shoddy. There's some weight to the text, that's good. Maybe I should upgrade to nightmare mode. I think it's a little too late for that though. Actually, Yeah, hold on. Let's have a little bit more of a leveled playing field. Okay, so there's arts, crafts. Yeah, just take advantage of the pincer attack you got.
私の番です。へい。
俺の番だな。
Okay. So we can minimize the damage. Now we can get started on cleanup duty. Have enough CP for that, so finish it off. There you go. Marbled steak, so it's fatty.
そこです。へい。
Alright, everyone get... Yo, that elevator is way too aggressively fast, man. They probably felt like a rush of barometric pressure changes. Let me see, so... You want to go the wrong way first. When in doubt. Put the shoddy out. Oh yeah. That's basically a handout. Okay, we got some Sepith. Do you get like Sepith masks in this game? I'm actually curious about that. I would assume it's that white stuff. Nah, because that would be Time Sepith, I think. Okay, I wasted that one. See, I'm not getting as much level ups as I was hoping, but you know what? The game is already saying that there's gonna be a trophy if you beat this game at or below level 40. So
よーし一気に行くぞ
I'm not gonna try it because by this game's rules, I want to play by my own. Ooh.
なんとかなったわね。そこです。
I like how hitting them still does something, like it stuns them up. Like, bro, did he just smack me? I know he didn't do what I thought he did.
行きます。そこです。
行くぞえいっと任せろ
Okay, he had some reach for that. I like how catching them lacking gives you like critical opportunities up the ass. That's something that doesn't really go over in the Cold Steel games.
子供の泣き声。
おいおい、どういうことだよ。確かジオフロント内部は封鎖されてるんじゃないのか。
私に言われても、あくまで公式的にそうなっているだけの話です。
話は後だとにかく一刻も早く鳴き声の主を探してみよう
ええ
Alright, let me see. Why are you crying? Big ass vents. Could you even count that as an air vent? It's a ventilation room.
おーい誰かいるのかよかったこんなところにいたのか大丈夫かいどこか怪我していないかうわ
あらら
安心した途端気が緩んじゃったのね。ロイド、私が代わるわ。
あ
よしよし、怖かったね。もう大丈夫だから、お姉さんたちがついてるからね。外にいた怖い魔獣は、ここは暗くて狭いから、一旦外に出ましょう。
It was kind of like I saw sexual harassment where it's like a woman can just like put her titties straight up in your face and you don't know like how to react to that shit as a kid.
抱っこしてあげるからしっかりと捕まっていてね。
Like I get that she's probably just trying to like comfort this kid, but with the way it's positioned, it's like she's kind of like shoving her tits in his face. And he's a little ass kid, he might not be wanting all that type of attention.
そっか男の子だもんね。名前はなんていうの？アンリって言います。
鮮やかなもんだね。
それでアンリ君、どうしてこんな場所に？鍵がかかってたはずだけど、どこから入ってきたの？
僕たち中央広場の鐘のある場所でそこにあった蓋を開いたらはしごがあるのを見つけて、それで。
なるほど。あのマンホールから入ってきちまったわけか。
この入り口はデータベースに追記する必要がありそうですね。
Well, that kind of explains that Chekhov's
僕
gun.
たちっていうことは他の子も一緒に入ったのか？
Good one, Lloyd.
はい友達の龍が一緒に冒険してみようってでも途中で怖い魔獣に見つかって
そうだったの。ねえロイド、どうする？
そうだな。
Okay, so what would I do in this situation? Actually, this is what I would do
時間がない
because it's like an emergency
この電車の
situation.
奥まで行こ
いいんですか？その子を先に脱出させなくて。
一旦二手に分かれて捜索を続けるって手もあるぜ。
う。とにかく一刻を争う。いきなり戦力分散するのもあまり得策じゃないだろう。エリー、この子の守りを頼んでいいか？
ええ、任せておいて。もし魔獣と戦闘になっても私がこの子に近づかせないわ。
アンリ、これからお兄さんたちは君の友達を探しに行く。ここにいたら君も危ないからできればついてきてほしいんだ。どうだい？
僕龍のことが心配だし一緒に行きます。
よし、いい子だ。
This might be the most passive character I've ever seen with the name Ryu.
護衛対象を守りながらの捜索だ。今まで以上に慎重に進んでいくことにしよう。
ええ、了解です。
そんじゃもう一人のわんぱく小僧を探すとしますか。
Alright.
そこです。
よーし、一気に行くぞ。えいはっ。
私の番です。さてと、
Here, pull the blicky out. Let's go.
よかった。えい。
よっしゃ畳みかけるぞ。
了解だ。チャンスだ。よし、畳みかけるぞ。
おう、
わかったわ。
と
Damn. Big damage.
よし、上出来だ。
Okay, really quick now, let me save, because I get the impression that I might have missed out on some treasure. Okay, don't be dramatic now. I'm curious if this is like from whence we came. Okay, so this is where we caught the kid. A lighter, okay, so that's what we missed out on. I'm just making sure. Gotta cross my T's and dot my I's. Alright, so let's see what the lighter does. Prevents the freeze status ailment. Who would I want a preventative measure like that on? Why did she name her... Never mind. She already kind of said that. Let's see. I would kind of want it on my healer, so... Alright. A bunch of slimes, come on. Attack the monsters from behind or draw their attention. Alright. Oh, we don't get any crit bonuses. Alright. Let's see. Let me see what... Rigid body, so... So I get bonus points if none of those kids get hit, but... Okay, so if I press this triangle button... Okay, I can cancel into that. I can change the camera angle like this, okay. What are you doing, little kid? Alright, well, that's enough with that. Not that I'm rage quitting, more like... I just lost, that's all. So you can rotate the camera freely in battle, that's good. I just never took this as that type of game where that wouldn't be an option. Okay, so... Now you see sprites and 3D backgrounds and you think, oh, it's gonna be like Xenogears or Grandia where you can just turn the camera at your leisure, but guess I'm wrong about that. Alright, good. It doesn't like automatically put you up I used to hate that when I played the Cold Steel games. It would kind of have you at the new load file thing. So to constantly start new files, didn't want to. Alright, so let me get my bearings straight. Can you skip scenes in this game? Well, I guess you can't skip this one because you're presented with a
このままマジの不意をつきつつ子供の安全確保最優先で。
よし来た。
よし。
Alright, got some. Let me think about this. What do I want to do? What's that sword icon? Okay, so she's got this like Cosmos cannon. This is rocket launcher type thing. Oh. Okay, so she's actually the healer, so I'd want her to have the freeze prevention. Let's see. Oh, I like that voice acting delivery. Ooh. Okay, let's see. There's no one to hit with that. I'm gonna... There you go. Ah, shit. So none of the characters can get... So I miss out on bonus DP because they get hit. Is there like a soft reset option? I'll just keep hitting until that kid gets killed. Imagine he did like a riposte.
こです。
行くぞ。
Yeah, I'm trying to get this kid killed up so that I can try that again. Okay, got a counter. See, now they don't want to hit the kid anymore. Because I want him to hit the kid. Okay, I'm just gonna move. Shit, we're gonna win this and I don't even want to. I think I got my method perfected. Like, I'm strategizing in my head for how I'll do this next time. See, now they don't want to hit the kid no more, so... Oh wow, I like the tension music. There you go, okay. I'm just trying to get the bonus mission point, that's why I'm taking this ass beating. So, let me think about this. The first thing I will change is I want... You get the lighter. Let me backtrack a little, try to get some... Cancel, yep. I don't want that shit. Okay, that's interesting. Or just suck your blood. I'm gonna try to get Randy's CP up, that's why I'm doing all this.
よっしゃーぜ
Any other reliable ways of getting more CP? Okay, good.
任せてくれやっはっ
任せて。なんとかなったわね。
そこです。そこです。チャンスです。タ
行くぞせいディア任せろはっまこんなもんかね
Oh, we got tight because of that.
へい。先生可能。始めましょう。
やるか任せてくれ
Alright, let's see.
今だわ。
I think this will be beneficial.
アリサあ
行きます。
俺の番だなぜ
行きます。そこです。これで一
Okay,
安
so
心です
Randy has quite a bit.
へいへい。敵集団との戦闘を開始。
He can do an S break.
行くぞせいはっ
さてと。
俺の番だなぜ
行きます。はい。そこです。
Ooh, counter finish.
敵集団撃破しました。
Oh, that doesn't count as a bonus. That would count in other games. Okay, so I think we got our difference maker right. If this game has any sense to it, we just got our difference maker. But I'm liking how fast this all feels. I like how different that wrestling theme is. Alright.
このまま突っ込むぞ魔獣の不意を突きつつ子供の安全確保最優先でよし来た
Alright, party advantage.
Ya, dia.
私の番ね。
Crafts.
イエイシュート。
私の番です。
任せろ。こいつはどうだい。はあ、クリムゾンゲイル。
行くぞ。
I got priority.
タイガーチャージ。
さてと
Oh, he's. Uh,
ガンナーモード起動し
probably
ます。
try to move a little bit back.
出力最大エーテル
Remember the early Super where they just had the instant replay? Okay, come on. Leave it. Ah, no, no. Fuck. Thing is, like, I would like to close this app, but because I'm streaming directly from the PlayStation 4, that would stop the stream as well, so.
任せてくれ。
There you go, thank you. I got another TikTok notification. That's troublesome. This is stuff I deal with because I've been conditioned to want like perfect grades and everything I do. So as soon as one of my homies takes damage, it's like that's an L on my part. Alright, let's see. Come on. Only thing I can really use right now is CP. Or I could lower the difficulty a little bit, but... Nah, you know what? Alright, good. She actually doesn't need a hit because she's just gonna be the healer.
行くぞ。やっはっ。俺の番だな。
ちょろいぜ。
さあ始めましょう。
ああ。
任せて。
俺の番だな。せっりゃ。
はい。
俺の番だな。ぜい。
Ooh, let's go. Good, get that health up.
行くぞ。やっはっ。
さてと。はい。
任せろ。おととい来やがれってな。
Let's go.
Hey.
行くぞ。セット。
チャンスです。私の番ね。
任せろ。おととい来やがれってな。
そこです。そこです。
みんな立て直すぞ。
了解です。お返しです。
任せてくれ。
Ah, man, we fucked that up.
私の番ね。私の番です。
行くぜ。
Well, I fucked that up. Let me clarify. That was a couple of battles worth of progress I just threw out the window, but it's not that big of a deal. Okay, that's how I did it on my first attempt.
よし。一気に行くぞ。
行きます。ター。
任せてくれ。セット。
俺の番だな。ちょろいぜ。
There we go.
そこです。そこです。敵集団との戦闘を開始。
俺の番だな。えいっや。
私の番ね。
行くぜ。
There you go.
さてと。私の番です。
Why'd you... This man, like, moved towards it. I'm like, yo, this guy crazy.
よし。もう大丈夫だ。 行くぞ。みんな。
Oh, hell no. Oh, good. I was thinking he was gonna, like, do that AoE joint. But that's not his attack.
任せてくれ。せっは。
さてと。
Just move on in. There you go, move back. Everybody get some distance between you and the kid. So last time I got messed up because I finished one off and then I got caught by other. Ooh, good.
行きます。
Move that one back.
私の番ね。
行くぜ。
Oh, hell no. This kid's moving in. Ah, shit.
番だな。みんな、よし、先に進もう。
Okay.
Hey. かかってきなさい。
私の番です。そこです。
Alright, I get some distance.
お返しよ。
俺の番だな。やっはっ。おっしゃ。
私の番ね。
行くぞ。やっやっ。まだまだいける。さあ、かかってこい。
行きます。へい。
任せてくれ。
Damn, I hate streaming at night so fucking much. Ooh.
敵集団撃破しました。
Rat was like, I ain't having this shit. I can't blame the rat.
Hey.
速攻で蹴りをつける。
私の番です。へい。
俺の番だな。えい、ディア。
さてと。
There you go. Alright, so I'm not even gonna bother with the next thing because he constantly gets me messed up. be nice to get a 200 with that, but it doesn't seem to be the case. I think our future forecast is... Okay, so they do respawn, but it takes quite a bit of rooms. Okay, she just said that it's troublesome, the situation, and I would say I'm making it troublesome, but nah, it's not troublesome. Hell no. Oh, good. Good. Hold on. Fuck. Alright. Oh, man. Alright.
私の番です。任せて。
ここだ。
行きます。
俺の番だな。まだまだいける。
そこです。そこです。
I'm not even gonna chance it anymore. I'm gonna save scum like crazy.
そこです。そこです。へい。へい。そこです。
よーし、一気に行くぞ。
わかりま
だ。
す。行きます。へい。
行くぞ。
任せろ。ぜい。ちょろいぜ。
へい。そこです。
かかってきやがれ。
私の番です。
Look at how behind I am with this one. This is a slow rotation.
任せろ。
Well, it's because I've been doing a lot of like successful ambushes, so they're getting hit less.
もう大丈夫だ。
Remember, I'm not level grinding, I'm CP grinding, so trying to blow my load with S breaks.
よっしゃ。よし。
畳みかけるぞ。
やっや。
任せて。やっ。
おっしゃ。
私の番です。たあ。
行くぞ。やっはっ。これが俺たちの力だ。
Surprised the battery was able to hold out for that long.
そこです。
Well, let me charge it up then. Against these jelly dudes, I gotta make a group effort.
私の番です。はい。たあ。これで一安心です。そこです。
私の番ね。
私の番です。
行くぞ。
That last hidden. Ooh.
これが俺たちの力だ。
I stalled him out.
みんなチャンスよ。
AI is like a dinosaur here.
行くぞ。えいっと。おっしゃ。ぜ
ちょろいぜ。
Alright, cool, cool.
そこです。
みんなチャンスよ。
あいか。
私の番ね。そこ。
さてと、
よし。ここだ。ぜ
ま、こんなもんかね。
Let's see. Oh, hell nah. I didn't know they recovered that quickly from being stunted up. Alright.
行くぜ。ぜ。
任せて。そこ。
Alright, good.
敵。続けて。
Thought that was gonna be some more BS.
私の番です。
Good, hit Randy.
俺の番だな。
任せて。
おっしゃ。よし。やっはっ。
私の番ね。
私の番です。
俺の番だな。
ぜ。
ちょろいぜ。
From it, and we got one level up, which, if anything, all of that is negligible. The big determinant factor is going to be the AI, man, and the turn order thing. If I get some good crits, then I can turn this around.
このまま突っ込むぞ。魔獣の不意を突きつつ子供の安。よし来た。
Alright, let's see.
よし
Okay, I can already see an advantageous position we got now.
えいっと
Ooh. So there's no significant difference in terms of like damage.
はい。
任せろ。俺の番だな。こいつはどうだい。はあ、クリムゾンゲーム。
はい。ガンナーモード起動します。オーバルドライバー出力最大。エーテルバスター。
俺の番だな。さあ行くぞ。だータイガーチャージ。
I like his delivery on that. Okay, so he's stunted up. Come on, weave that shit. You fucking suck. Ah, man.
私の番ね。
任せてくれ。
I'm waiting until that kid dies.
さてと。
おっしゃ。
I mean, that was as good as that could have ended up.
よし来た。
Okay, we don't got the crit thing
任
anymore.
せてくれ。えいっと
さてと
Okay. Art.
俺の番だな。
Okay, we got a little bit of an HE delay going.
行きます。ガンナーモード起動します。オーバルドライバー出力最大。エーテルバスター。
Okay, we got a good rotation with that.
こいつはどうだい。はあ、クリムゾンゲーム。
俺の番だな。さあ行くぞ。だータイガーチャージ。
Come on, weave that shit. No fucking way.
任せて。
行くぞ。
はい。
Good, good. Kill that little was actually an amusing finish. Maybe I can do something in the beginning with the positioning. Alright, this is what I'm gonna do. Okay, craft. Alright, let's see.
行きます。ガンナーモード起動します。オーバルドライバー出力最大。エーテルバスター。
Yeah, her shit hits. Okay, we got a little bit of distance going on, so this might have been the thing, positioning. You know, we're all in the front, so you might want to approach us. Good, good, good. Okay, good. You kind of tanked that shit. So really what it came down to, it was RNG. That was the main determinant factor. Not any of the level ups, not the, well, a little bit of the CP. Maybe Randy's would have done a lot more damage if I had 200 SP and would just clear that screen up.
だいたい今度だって竜が入ろうって強引に。
何言ってんだよ。最初にジオフロントの話をし始めたのはお前の方だろ。
だからって本当に入るとか言い出すなんて。
はいはい、言い争いはそこまでだ。
ごめんなさい。
へえ、兄ちゃんたち初めて見る顔だね。結構強いみたいだけど新人の人たち？
え、
ったく調子のいいガキンチョだな。助けられたんだったらまずはお礼を言うのが先だろ。
へへ、まあ助かったよ。危ないところもあったけど俺もかすり傷一つなかったし、割と手際がいいんじゃね？
そりゃどうも。で、ほんと調子いいな。
でも無事でよかった。とにかく一度外に出るとしましょうか。そうですね、どうやら終点みたいですし。一応セルゲイ課長の課題もクリアして。
そうか。
ま、こんなハプニングがあるとは思ってもなかったけどな。そんじゃガキどもを送ったら警察本部に戻るとするか。
あのさ、兄ちゃんたちってやっぱり新人なんだよな。
ああ、しかしよくわかるな。制服だって着てないのに。
制服？
ひょっとしてお兄さんたちギルドの人じゃないんですか？
Yeah, they think we're bracers.
ギルドってブレイサーギルドのこと？
ギルドって言ったら他にあるわけがないじゃん。え、何？本当に遊撃士じゃないの？
いや、俺たちはクロスベル警察に入ったばかりの新人だけど。
警察の人間？嘘だ。どうして警察のおまわりがこんなところにいるんだよ。
ああ、ちょっと事情があってさ。任務の途中で君たちを見つけたってわけなんだけど、でもそんなに不思議なことか？
だってさ、警察のおまわりって言ったら腰抜けって有名じゃんか。
え？
態度も横柄な割に何の手助けもしてくれないって父ちゃん。いざという時は遊撃士の方が何十倍も頼りになるって。
やっぱり
竜、失礼だよ。いくら警察の人だって僕たちを助けてくれたんだし。
そうだけどさ、せっかくギルドの新人に助けてもらったと思ったのに。
いろいろとあるみたいだな。おい、まずいぞ。
Yeah, this thing looks pretty high level, but I think we could take it.
なんだこいつは。
Just not what these two idiots in our group.
なんて大きさ。まずいです。背後の扉はロックされています。
このままじゃ。
おい、どうするつもりだ。まともにやっても今の装備じゃ勝ち目はねえぞ。
Oh, your gear sucks.
分かってる。ここは俺が引きつけるから、みんなはなんとか脱出してくれ。
ちょっと正気ですか？
この状況じゃそれしかランディとエリーでその子たちを抱きかかえて、とにかく隙をついて逃げろ。
それしかねえか。
そんな。
やれやれ、自己犠牲も結構だが少々短絡的すぎるな。
So from this point on, I actually hate this game. Narratively speaking. Because of this scene right here and what transpires from it.
かよ。
信じられない。見えませんでした。
すっげえすげえすごすぎるよ有吉さん。うわーいいもん見ちゃったな。ありがとう有吉さん。でもどうしてここに。
ああ、広場のマンホールに子供が入っていくのを見たという知らせがあって、しかし無茶をする。もしものことがあったらどうするつもりだ。
ごめんなさい。
See, a similar thing happens in the first Sword no Kiseki game, Trails in the Sky, with Cassius kind of stealing your thunder, but
悪かったよ。
the thing is that from here onwards, people just kind of dig down on you because
同時ならそれで
Ario saved your ass once.
もう夕方だ。とっとと出て家に帰るぞ。
And that kind of sets the tone. That's like why I hate this game so much.
わかりました。
Now, you would normally think, okay, well, that's gonna be for the prologue and maybe chapters 1 and 2, but no, it ends up being the rest of the fucking game. So, this whole idea that the special support section is just much beloved and considered like super awesome is just like Trails of Cold Steel 3 and 4 are like crossbow propaganda.
そうですね。一緒に戻らせてもらいます。
For the rest of this game, and even a little bit of the next game, it's always like the slightest thing goes wrong, it's on your ass. People just say you suck.
ならグズグズするな。先ほどのようなこともある。最後まで気を抜かないことだ。
なんていうおっさんだよ。まとってるオーラが尋常じゃないというか。
腕前の方も普通ではありませんでした。
The Divine Blade of Wind,
一体何者なんでしょう。
Gale specifically.
あの人。
お嬢、知ってるのか。
名前くらいだけどね。というか、なんで私をそんな風に呼ぶのか。
いや、なんとなくノリで。
Well, she does look uppity. I noticed in the Calvary games, she looks a little different.
それで何者なんだよ。あの凄まじいおっさんは。
And she's kind of like caught in that utter love triangle.
ええ、多分。
アリオス・マクレイン。クロスベルタイムズで。
Kudo 2 got a lot of hate, Crimson Sin, because it's set in the year where the Eternal Recurrence plan is supposed to occur, but instead of getting something that really moves the saga forward, we got pretty much a self-contained narrative. So a lot of people didn't really like that. We don't even know any of the Septarion of Calvard.
遊撃士協会クロスベル支部に所属する最どんな依頼も完璧にこなし市民から絶大な信頼を得ている風の剣聖アリウス・マクレインだ。
And I hate this bitch too.
いやー有吉さん、またしてもお手柄でしたね。ずさんな市の施設管理のもと危機に陥ってしまった少年たちを鮮やかに救出した手際の良さ。最新号にバッチリスクープさせてもらいます。すげえ、俺たち雑誌に載っちゃうの。でもそれってなんか嬉しくないよ。
ルレイス、あまり騒ぎ立てないでくれ。確かに市の管理も問題だが、この子たちの行動にも問題がある。偏った記事には感心しないぞ。
Thank you, Arios. Like, I don't hate Audios as a character. Just everything this chick does to gas him up and set the rest of the tone for this game. where it's like they try to have this underdog story, but they made it super antagonistic and patronizing, just condescending, just the way these guys get treated the rest of the way.
それに今回は面白いゲストもいるみたいですし、クロスベル警察の未来を背負う特務支援課初めての出動。しかし力及ばず、いつもと同じように遊撃士に手柄を奪われるのだった。未熟さを痛感した若者たちは果たしてこの先に待ち受ける数々の
何を。
おいおい、一体何だってんだ。
マスコミの人間みたいですけど、どうやらクロスベルタイムズの記者の人みたいね。
彼らに関しても決めつけはあまり感心しない。一応この子たちを最初に助けたのは彼らだ。
Thank you, Arios.
爪は甘かったようだね。
あらら、やっぱりそう。ま、記事でいろいろ書くと思うけど、あんまり気にしないでね。お姉さんからのエールだと思ってこれからも頑張ってちょうだい。それで有吉さん、一度独占インタビューですね。
それに関しても前に断っているはずだが。
なんでしょう。
俺たちのことをピエロに仕立てようって腹みてえだが。
Well, that's gonna set the tone for the rest of the game, so if it pisses you off, then this game's probably not good for your blood pressure.
結構好みのお姉さんだけど、ちょいと癖がありそうだな。
You got that right.
そんな問題じゃないでしょ。それでロイド、どうするの？
ああ、セルゲイ課長が出した課題はクリアしたし、子供たちの件についてもきちんと報告しないと。さっきもらったもしかして。
ええ、そうみたいですね。そこの赤いボタンを押せば通信モードに切り替わります。
There isn't that linking system the way there is in the first game, so that's kind of whack with it.
ロイド
Well, not the first game, Cold Steel,
セルゲイ課長ですか。
where you get criticals and that leads to follow-up attacks and group strikes and things of that nature.
ロイドさん、私です。先ほど受付でお会いした。
さっきの一体どうしたんですか？
急いで警察本部になんでも副局長がお呼びみたいで。
副局長？
まったく、一体何のつもりだね。任務に関係ないことに首を突っ込んだ挙句、アリオス・マクレイに手柄を持っていかれて。
So you were supposed to ignore the children then? That would have been just as bad, especially because Arios wouldn't have been able to save them in time.
いや、ですが。
うるさい、言い訳無用だ。まったく、だから私は新部署設立など反対だったのだ。忌々しいセルゲイのやつが交換条件を持ちかけなければこんなことには。
それはどういう？
君たちには関係ない。いや、そうだな。部下が一人もいなくなれば、疫病神だって動くような。君たち、バライト特務支援課への配属を一両日中に辞退したまえ。
おいおい、どういうことっすか？
意味不明です。
そういうこともそのままの意味だ。どうせ半年も持たない部署だ。絶対に出世の役には立たないぞ。それどころか問題に巻き込まれて経歴を汚す可能性もある。バカバカしいとは思わないかね。 捜査官志望だったか。ならば捜査課のどこかに回そう。他の者もそれぞれ適正に合った新しい配属先を用意しておく。ねえ、悪いようにはしない。一晩じっくり考えてみたまえ。
That's the thing. If we did what he said, then those little kids would have died. Argus wouldn't have gotten to them on time. Now, yes, we couldn't have defeated that big pineapple-looking thing, but that's not really that big of a deal. That jelly pineapple thing.
どうやら警察内部でもいろいろとあるみたいね。噂程度には聞いていたけど。そうですね。これでは約束が違います。あら、約束って？いえ、こちらのことです。それよりもセルゲイ課長はどちらにいるんでしょう。
そういやそうだぜ。課題を出すだけ出しておいて出迎えもなしってのはどういうことだ。
Although it makes sense that Randy says we're just under-equipped, because knowing his background, he could have dealt with that monster himself.
代わりに嫌味な副局長ってのにネチネチ絡まれちまうし。なんだよロイド、元気ないじゃないか。
配属を辞退しろっていうのがそんなにショックだったの？
ああ、いや、なんだか思ってた場所と。
おお、新人ども、災難だったみてえだな。
Sergei sounds like he's in positive spirits. Oh no, that's his man's.
どの番だ？捜査二課に所属している。
同じく二課のレイモンドだよ。
Donovan. I was thinking Sergei might come through, but.
小さな駒でいるのか。
はじめまして、ロイド・バニングスです。
エリー・マクダイルです。
ランディ・オルランド、よろしくっす。おお、ようこそクロスベル警察。そっか、おめえが
警部？
いや、なんでもね。しかしセルゲイのやつも無茶なこと考えやがるぜ。こんな新人どもばかり集めて市民どもの人気取りだな。
それは一体どういうことですか？
なんだ？
Basically, like all shitty journalists, we got caught with a hit piece for doing the right thing of all things.
僕だったら辞退してるだろうな。
おめえはもうちょっと根性入れた方がいいじゃねえか。今からでもセルゲイのところに預けてってもいいんだぞ。
やだな警部、勘弁してくださいよ。
ま、大変だとは思うが、セルゲイに付き合うかどうか一応考えてみてやってくれ。ただ無理はすんなよ。なんだったらまとめて2課で引き取ってもいいからな。
どうも。
それじゃ頑張ってね。あ、エリーちゃんだっけ？今度一緒に食事でもどうだい？実はいいレストランを見つけて。
ほら、とっとと行くぞ。
あいた、単なる社交辞令ですってば。
Oh, that was the opposite way of doing it. I mean, you just straight up passive-aggressively cut our asses and then said, oh yeah, but we should link up at some point. Especially because she's like, yo, 18 and you a grown-ass man. Not that I really care about like age gap discourse, but if you're gonna do it, have some decency. Just because you're not cursing a lady out and being vulgar, it doesn't mean that you're being polite either.
受付で聞けばどこにいるかわかるかしら。
なあ、もしもし、ロイド・バニングスです。
狐の小言と嫌味は終わったみてえだな。なかなかうんざり
I like his cursing. It's a lot like
じゃ
mine.
なくて、一体どこにいるんですか？警察本部で待ってるって言ってたじゃないですか。
お前らの荷物が届いたから引っ越し屋に立ち会ってた。なかなか親切な上司だ。
荷物ってひょっとして寮ですか？
詳しい話はそこで改めてしてやる。
わかりましたよ。それで寮っていうのは
正確には寮じゃないぞ。
え？
正確にはクロスベル警察特務支援課分室ビル。そこの2階と3階がお前たちの部屋になってる。
ここはあの雑居ビルじゃないか。
なんだ、ずいぶんボロい建物だな。あっちのデパートと比べると古ぼけて見えるっていうか。
築30年、取り壊し間近って感じです。
本当にここが特務支援課の分室なの？
ああ、間違いないとは思うけど。
ああ、遅かったな。
セルゲイ課長、
とっとと中に入れ。この特務支援課がどういった部署なのか、お前たちの疑問のすべてにちゃんと。
市民の安全を第一に考え。
そう、それが新たに設立された市民の生活に密着できるよう、こんな街中に分室も用意された。なかなか合理的だろう。
でもそれって
完全に遊撃士協会の真似っていうか、ありていに言えばパクリですね。
I mean, that's kind of what every Kiseki game does. After the initial arc, you're just doing Bracer Guild shit, but with an entity that's not the Bracer Guild. Whether it's as a Spriggan of Class 7 or as the police.
知っているかもしれんが、現在このクロスベルにおいて遊撃士協会の評判は大したもんだ。
Although if you were actually doing regular police work, that wouldn't make for an interesting Kiseki game. Side quests, you're just dealing with domestic violence, visitations, which... That's pretty one note.
永久遊撃士アリウス・ナクレイ。
So we've only seen one S-rank Bracer, and that's the other Divine Blade, Cassius, who uses Helix, the first of the 8 leaves, 1 blade thing. Arios uses Gale the second.
風の牽制なんて呼ばれているあの男に加えて、かなりの実力者がクロスベル支部に常駐している。それが警察のお偉方にとって何を意味するかわかるか？
それは
警察とギルドとの比較評価と組織としての問題点の指摘、さらには自治州政府への批判につ。
なるほど。要はギルドの株を何とか奪って人気取りをしようって腹なわけか。
なんか露骨ですね。
I guess F the police applies even to JRPGs in fantasy settings.
だが警察の基本理念は治安維持と自治州法の遵守。市民へのサービスってのは本来二の次ではあるわけだ。
だからこそ警察内部ではそうした人気取りを快く思わない声も多くてな。便利屋だの偽遊撃士だの猿回しの猿だの。ま、早くも散々な陰口を叩かれてるってわけだ。
なるほど、いろいろと合点がいきました。
いやいや、そんな部署で俺たちを働かせようってか。
I like how he basically says that serving the community was never really a police duty. It kind of brings into question how BS the concept of community policing is from the get-go. It's a fallacy.
正直、想定外ですね。
まあ、そうせぐな。
You know, the stuff where you would see officers playing basketball with random kids and doing more friendly optics related stuff.
聞いているかもしれんが、配属を辞退することは可能だ。正式に配属された場合、やってもらう仕事は様々だ。今日みたいな魔獣退治の仕事なんかも入ってくるし、落とし物探しや本部の手伝いなど細かい雑用も入ってくるだろう。その気がない人間に務まるとはとても思えんからな。一晩考える時間をやろう。
So effectively, we're the community policing
配
police.
属を辞退した場合、他の部署に配属されることになるが、今ならデメリットはない。
I could picture something like this existing in real life as well, but it'd be such an expense that it would have to be for the really wealthy cities and financiated or benefactored by some billionaire who just wants to maintain his high optics and probably get elected in a future position, whether it be mayor, governor, or even president.
すべてはお前たち次第というわけだ。
なんだかとんでもない場所に回されたみたいだな。遊撃士の真似事か。そんなことをするために警察に入ったんじゃないんだけど。
Yeah, he didn't come to the police to be a community policer. He came to do what I described.
兄貴が所属してたのは確か
Coming into other people's homes because someone hit someone else or shit like that. DUIs. They got cars and crossbows, so you know damn well motherfuckers is out here doing DUIs.
大事件や政治的国際的な案件を一手に引き受けるエリート。やっぱり遠すぎるよ。
They should have added a log here. I bet you the PC version has a log.
他のみんなはどうするつもりなんだろう。あの3人警察学校も出てないみたいだし、ちょっと話を聞いてみるか。
I mean, you got 2 level ups out of Anyway, let me save after that fiasco that I had to deal with. This has been your boy, Mr. Wonka 7. I'll be streaming this game again on Thursday. Thank you guys for watching, and Duck say I make day.